video where I talk about things. And in this video, I talk about Boxing Day and Bitcoin trading on this Friday. What is happening is Boxing Day, which, if you don't know, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas when people give the mailman or the mailwoman or the mail person a present, a gift of some kind to show them their appreciation for delivering all the presents to them on time for Christmas, or very often Hanukkah falls around the same time, etc. So it's a kind of tradition in a lot of countries, notably in Anglo countries, but also elsewhere. And yes, it has kind of maybe become a little bit less of a popular holiday over the years, but it's still celebrated, or it's still celebrated, I don't know, a thing that people do culturally in a bunch of countries. Not everyone does it, but it's a thing, because we should definitely recognize the people that put in the hard labor, the manual labor to do the hard jobs, like delivering the mail. Should be recognized for their efforts. Pardon me, I'm walking by a bit of a construction site situation here. A bit of a noise in the background. But yeah, so what is happening on this Boxing Day? Well, the markets, of course, were closed yesterday, pretty much around the world, right? In many markets. Not all markets, obviously, were closed on Christmas, but the major markets are. Certainly America and Britain and European markets were all closed. But other markets were trading yesterday. And of course, crypto, for the most part, trades 24/7, except for the few cryptos that don't trade on specific days of the week, notably like those that are strictly kosher or strictly halal. So there's some cryptos that don't trade on Friday, some that don't trade on Saturday. There's even some that don't trade on Sunday because of Christian beliefs, for the Christian Sabbath. But yeah, generally speaking, cryptos trade 24/7. And if you notice what the markets did yesterday, well, they did what they do a lot of times when the cat's away, and that is the mice will play. So we had some very nice movements to the downside, and back up again, but mostly to the downside yesterday. Not to anyone's surprise, if you're certainly in the markets, it was very much expected. Assets were moving along with the volatility and the entropy and the probabilities and the statistics very nicely, pretty much the whole day, while you were maybe holidaying or just taking the day off or doing whatever you were doing if you weren't trading. Well, the markets in crypto land were still moving along. Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and Solana and XRP and all those zillions of coins out there that trade 24/7, of which there are more than 26 million different crypto assets that are trading 24/7 these days, but that are tradable 24/7, I should say, because not all of them are actually trading 24/7, in the sense that there isn't always activity on a lot of these coins, right? A lot of them are, even most of them are just frankly, what they call shit coins, because they have basically no liquidity, meaning there's no active trading happening with them. There's very little money in those actual markets. And sometimes, for example, you can move some shit coins for like the price of one ETH, like a few $1,000 or whatever. Like it's a couple $1,000. You can literally, be a significant whale, if you will, by buying about, a couple $1,000 worth of a crypto asset, because a lot of them just have very, very, very tiny amounts of money in the actual market. And they may have, market caps that seem incongruous with that. And that's because they might just have a high price relative for the asset. And there'd be like, it may be that there's not a lot of those crypto assets. They might have only like 1 million of them instead of like 21 million Bitcoins, or maybe the opposite is true where they have tons and tons of, they have quadrillions of these tokens available for a super low price. So people buy tons of them at a low price, but that artificially inflates their value because it's very easy to move the needle when you have such low prices on an asset. Anyway, so that's kind of what happens in the crypto space and why you have high liquidity or low liquidity, depending on the asset, right? So obviously Bitcoin has relatively high liquidity compared to all the other cryptos, and you can trade it 24/7. There's decent liquidity there all the time. Yeah, it's obviously not as big as some assets on the traditional stock markets, but guess what? It's bigger than most assets on the stock market, right? So you certainly will not have a problem trading Bitcoin on decent exchanges, or you shouldn't have a problem in terms of liquidity. But, there are plenty of assets that, again, you can move the needle very easily, right? Like you can trade Bitcoin all day, and unless you're literally putting in billions of dollars, you're not moving the needle significantly. At least, at the very least, $100 million or $200 million before you're significantly moving the needle on Bitcoin. And most people obviously are not going to be putting that kind of money on the line in trading. And those that do are usually high frequency trading firms and the like, or significant whales that have massive amounts of Bitcoin and, don't mind playing with 9 digits or more, So that is one thing to keep in mind when you're trading, right? These cryptos. And hello to you, people in the side chat comments. By the way, if you like what I'm telling you, by all means, please like and subscribe. By the way, it is now, like I said, Boxing Day, and it's a Friday, which means it is the last day of the traditional trading week. And yes, the market does reopen today. So look for volatility, low time frame volatility trades, as always, especially as it's the last day of the trading week. You tend to get a lot of nice activity, whether it's, very fast moves or just a long, slow progression of a move overall throughout the whatever it is. There's usually plenty of trading opportunities on low time frames, right? So I'm talking like 15 minutes and under, right? And it's if you're looking for more opportunities of occurrences or more occurrences of opportunity, that's where you want to look at, because there's just more candles throughout the day on lower time frames than there are on higher time frames, obviously. And if you're trading 4-hour time frames, well, you have 6 of those in a 24-hour period, and that's it, right? But if you're looking at the 1 minute candle, there's 1,440 of those in a minute in a day. So significant difference in occurrences of opportunity there. Of course, you have to know how to measure your position size and make sure that you follow the rules of trading and have good risk management, right? So with that said, I wish you all a very happy Boxing Day. A happy Kwanzaa also, if you celebrate Kwanzaa, because today is the first night of Kwanzaa, I believe. It starts. So if you are a Kwanzaa celebrant, well, there you go. Happy Kwanzaa to you. And as we come into the end of the year here, during the next week, I want to wish everybody a tremendous end of the year. many happy returns. I hope it was a profitable year for you, and that 2026 will be equally or even better in terms of equally profitable or even better in terms of profit and returns to you in your trading world. What is this? And a QA sticker. What is that? I don't know what that is. Okay. Yeah, so that's going to do for now, folks. If you have any questions about how to trade or what to trade, or how to go about it, what tools to use, etc. Well, good luck for you. Is that you are invited to come to the Alpha Trading Discord. And what does that mean? Well, that means that you can go to alphatradinghq.com/discord and enter the Alpha Trading Discord. And the reason you want to do that is because we will literally give you all the tools and information that you need for free in order to trade volatility, probabilities, and statistics. And once you learn how to do all that for free, if you are serious about trading and you want to take your trading to the next level, well, lucky for you, we also have a bunch of tools that are even more advanced than the ones that we give away for free. You're not under any obligation to buy them. We keep our free tools forever, and that's fine. But if you are a serious trader, or you want to be, you're not going to find better tools than the ones we have at Alpha Trading, and we're not going to shill you, our affiliate links and all this garbage. We don't do that at Alpha Trading. It's just not our style. So come and get your free tools. When we have a big promotion, like right now during the holiday shopping season until the end of the year, yes, we'll mention that during our live streams because we don't want you to miss out on the opportunity because we have some spectacular deals. But if you're brand new to this and you're a week away from the end of the year and you're not already, sure that you want to be a serious trader and you don't know how to trade volatility, probabilities, and statistics, we actually recommend that you just come and get our free tools at this point. But if you are serious about trading, then by all means, have a look at our Pro Trader Tool package. And also, if you want to get a jump start on your trading and kind of get into the trading mode faster than you would, let's say, if you learn by yourself, well, lucky for you, we offer a private tutoring course, which includes not only private tutoring, but a full year subscription to our tools, our premium tools. So either way, you get a sick discount on the tools and on the private tutoring or on just the tools by itself. It's up to you. But again, if you haven't learned how to trade volatility, probabilities, and statistics at all, and you're new to trading, and you haven't really gotten your feet wet in this area yet, and you're still curious about how to trade, well, come and get the free tools, because that's what we love to do, is to give people free education, free tools, free charts to use, and then that way you can see for yourself whether or not you might enjoy trading as a hobby or a profession or anything like that. It's really all up to you. And yeah, we don't shill you anything. We don't, we're not pushing affiliate links, like I said, onto you. We're not going to ask you to deposit Bitcoins into some random exchange in order to participate in some VIP bullshit signals group and all that kind of crap. We don't do that. We just want people to learn how to trade properly so that they don't get wrecked. Is really that's the crux of it. That's the reason we created Alpha Trading. And that's the reason we made better tools available for retail traders. And the tools that we gave away and that we give away are literally the same tools that we use. I mean, they're among the tools that we use. Yeah, we've used them since day one, since we made our own community with our own trading indicators. We wouldn't give them away if they didn't work. We wouldn't use them if they didn't work. So by all means, have a look. If it's interesting to you, come get your free tools. Again, alphatradinghq.com/discord. And until the next one, folks, see you. Peace and happy trading.